In the 1980s, Hopewell Holdings founder Gordon Wu got an idea for a bridge to span the Pearl River estuary inspired by the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. He pitched the idea to Guangdong and Beijing officials for a design more north than the current bridge. But after the 1989 Tiananmen Square incident, foreign investors and Wu himself became nervous about the political climate in China, and the plan for the bridge stalled. In 2002, the then Premier of China supported Wu's idea, and Chief Secretary for Administration of Hong Kong went to Beijing in 2003 to meet with high-level officials about the bridge. Design was completed in 2004, and a feasibility study was started in 2007, and finally construction was started in 2011 and completed in 2018 after legal challenges due to environmental concerns. The 34-mile-long bridge, consisting of one undersea tunnel, 3 artificial islands, and 3 cable-stayed bridges, is one of the longest and largest bridges in the world. The bridge has not gone without its fair share of controversy though, with worker deaths to cost overruns. The true cost of the bridge is not widely known to the public. The cost stated on the bridge's official website is 15.3 billion renminbi, or 2.289 billion US dollars. But the Hong Kong Free Press reported that the cost could be about 120 billion Hong Kong dollars, or 15.3 billion US dollars. The economic impact of this bridge is potentially enormous. The travel time between Hong Kong and Macau is cut from 3 hours to 30 minutes. The reduced travel time also means a reduction in transportation-caused CO2 emissions overall. This will boost regional integration with Hong Kong and Macau, with boosts in tourism between the mainland and the 2 autonomous regions. Officials estimate it will boost regional manufacturing output and imports due to the region having closer ties and direct links to the large sea and airports in Hong Kong. Mainland goods around the delta are able to reach global markets faster, reducing travel time, costs, and making regional businesses more efficient and cost-effective. Also, since new border checkpoints have been built on each end of the bridge, these new points will reduce the stress on existing checkpoints from the mainland. A potential downside to this bridge is it might negatively impact Hong Kong residents living alongside its path. Landlords might try justifying raising land and rent prices due to the increase in foreign workers seeking to live in Hong Kong, or Hong Kong residents seeking to live closer to the bridge to reduce their daily travel times. The already astronomical land and rent prices in Hong Kong might cause people looking for cheap places to live to emigrate to other cities or towns along the path of the bridge. The bridge cutting travel time as drastically as it will might be a good justification for people to leave Hong Kong and just travel to work from Macau or other cities. The Greater Bay Area Scheme is a plan by the central government to integrate the area around the Pearl River Delta with the rest of mainland China. The area hosts nearly 70 million people, with some of China's largest cities and a GDP of roughly 1.5 trillion. The plan has stirred up fears in people who seek to see a more autonomous or independent Hong Kong though. Some people view this plan as Xi Jinping's way to further violate the one country, two systems approach after Hong Kong was ceded back to China from the British Empire in 1997. This bridge and further economic integration with the mainland is seen as a positive for the people of the Bay Area, but a negative because of fears China is trying to quicken up the pace in which Hong Kong and Macau are brought into the Chinese fold. There have been accusations that the central government in Beijing has meddled with the democratic system in Hong Kong with smear campaigns and directly influencing the outcome of the elections. The central government is using infrastructure to integrate Tibet and Xinjiang as well. These regions all have independence movements to varying degrees and with different reasons. The western regions are marginalized and poor, while Hong Kong and Macau are wealthy, but their democracies are often meddled with. The central government isn't trying to stifle instability like it is in the western regions. Hong Kong and Macau are wealthy, but they're strategically important with large ports, annual tourism, and high GDP. This makes it important for the CPC to integrate them into mainland China. To some, this bridge might symbolize the beginning of the end to Hong Kong independence. China as a country is very geographically protected, with buffer zones like the Himalayas and Karakoram Mountains, the Gobi Desert, and the sparse Tibetan Plateau in the west, and in the north, bordering Russia and North Korea, the border runs along the Argun, Ussuri, Yalu, and Tumen rivers. The issue then lies in protecting its coastal flank. The east of China is also quite mountainous, but hosts the majority of the Chinese population, most of its agriculture, and economic output. Protecting its coastline from a naval invasion is important to the Chinese, as it is for any coastal nation. Geographically, Hong Kong doesn't offer much in the way of potential protection from outside naval aggression in the way that Taiwan, the Senkaku Islands, or the South China Sea would. Those islands form a solid coastal barrier of potential anti-air and anti-ship missile systems, offering a buffer against any incoming threats. Hong Kong is an important trade stop with its massive air and sea ports. In the event of wartime, Hong Kong's ports would be a strategic asset for China to maintain to guarantee naval supply lines. In the hypothetical event of a war with the United States, residents of Hong Kong might feel sympathetic to the Americans' war effort, breeding resistance on the island. Since Hong Kong is viewed as a more westernized and westward-friendly region of China, integration with China might be a top priority. On top of all that, since Hong Kong was ceded to the British Empire after the Opium Wars, Hong Kong has been a sore spot for the Chinese. With Xi Jinping's nationalist vision and the century of humiliation, the integration of Hong Kong back into the Chinese state might heal old wounds and past failures. Okay, I hope I did this whole geopolitics thing some justice. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. If there's something I missed, please put it below. I'll pin the comment or I'll put it in the description. I don't know. Okay, this video has taken me a while to make, so please like and subscribe. It would be a lot for me, so thank you.